Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip continuing Saya's route. Guys, I'm a little sad because I feel like it's going so fast. We're already in chapter 7, and I think you only get like 9 chapters, and we're not nearly between the common route for this segment and then Saya's route. I don't like, I'm trying to do the math. I'm like, unless 7, 8, and 9 are really long chapters, we're not going to get nearly as many parts out of this as we have been for the other two common plus, character. And like, that makes me sad. I don't want it to end. I want to be here forever. Now, I know the last two parts went over like 10 minutes, and that's half a part on its own, but like, still, that should just mean that the last part is like shorter than normal. But like, I really hope these are long chapters and we don't get into chapter 8 today because I don't want it to end. Rude is all I'm saying, man. I want his to go on for like 30 parts. I want him to have 82 chapters. I want to be here till the end of time. I want it to be 84 years before we're fucking done, okay? I want to be on part 362 and be like, we're still in Saya's route. That's what I want. I just want to live here forever. Okay? If I ever end up in a coma, this is where I'm going to be. Living in Saya's route until Lulu. I'm going to be right here. This is my fantasy world. Okay? Anyway. We are in Saya's perspective, and because we just took a nap, so. As she slept, I whispered words of prayer. I prayed earnestly for her to overcome the demon that haunted her. Even if I had to continue this prayer forever, I would not cease. See, even that, you're like, that's cute. Normally you'd be like, that's adorable. Now I'm like, see, that hurts my heart. Why is he so precious? How could I do anything less for Spacey Ashiki, the one who had prayed for me? My feelings for her now went beyond just love. May she be protected. Even if that means I am to perish, I do not mind. Let her hardships fall to me instead. Are you going to perish in one of your fucking endings? It better not be one of the supposed good endings. But like in a bad ending, I'll accept it because it's a bad ending, but I'm still going to hate it. Please save her. I love him so much, he makes me want to cry. Because he's beautiful and precious and perfect, and he's not real. So, like, I want to cry for all the right reasons, because he's beautiful and precious and perfect, and I want to cry because he's not fucking real, because that's just wrong. The unease gnawed at me like darkness closing in, a relentless nightmare that allowed me no peace. Jesus, that is loud. I forgot I turned, like, my headset and my volume up to check, like, stuff yesterday, and, like, shit, that kicked in intensely. Who would have thought you'd come to me willingly? Manami, the source of this nightmare, wore a pleasant smile, but his presence was pure malevolence. I can't speak. Breathing grew difficult, but I kept going. I glanced down at my hands. Just that small action made me feel connected to him, easing my heart. It's okay. Saya is with me. Even thinking about him makes my stomach turn. I feel like I'm going to puke. Yeah, right. I squeezed my hand tightly, and it almost felt like Saya squeezed it back. Unable to speak, I spoke to Manami in my mind. I won't let you have my soul, no matter what. So it's pointless, no matter how often you invade my dreams. Wow, you're pretty bold, aren't you? Manami's sharp gaze felt as though it could cut right through me. The choking sensation grew stronger, but I knew I couldn't back down now. Facing Manami took courage. It took me some time before I could face him, but I knew now just how important it was to do so. Every event, every challenge, it all served to fortify my heart, to make me strong enough to face this challenge. With that thought in mind, I glared back at Manami. Suddenly, the suffocation ceased. Is this Saya's doing? Your thoughts are so filled with him, they're not nearly impossible to read. Oh, they're nearly impossible. I'm like, they're not nearly? No, that's just me adding words. Okay, that's not Tim and Ronald's fault. That's me. I can't read. They're nearly impossible to read. What a letdown. I've lost interest in you. Maybe it's time we end this little game. I wish he'd just leave me be. Sneeze came out of nowhere. I was like, I have to sit. Sorry. I wish he'd just leave me be. Oh no, don't mistake me. Just because I'm tired of this game doesn't mean I'm done with your soul. Why my soul? Or why my soul? I feel like that's the way it should have been said. I'm sorry. I'm sure he has his reasons, but what could they possibly be? How about I tell you in exchange for your soul? Yeah, right. You really think I'd do that? You're like, oh, okay. Tell me why you want my soul. I'll give you my soul. Do I look stupid to you? Nah, but it was worth a shot, right? How about we try this instead? Manami's sudden smile sent a quiver of fear along my spine. My anxiety swelled as I waited for his next words. If it's a trade for something dear to you, knowing your kind heart, then surely... What does he mean by that? Well, I guess it's time for me to leave. Wait a second! The atmosphere around me shifted, like stepping out of a long, dark tunnel, the oppressive air dissipating from all directions. Yet my heart pounded with urgency. Wait, we're not done here! For now, you just rest easy. I won't be visiting your dreams for a while. I need you alive, and I need some time to work things out as well. Wait, please! Manami's form began to vanish. With him, my consciousness seemed to fade away as well, gradually sinking deeper into a tranquil world of sleep. I descended. He's like, something dear to you. Are you going to try to hurt Seiya? Because... Ugh. Waking up, I glanced toward the window and saw Seiya just as he was when I fell asleep. Isn't this the perfect thing to wake up to? You're like, stupid fucking like whatever, and you wake up and then there's just this beaming at you. Oh, it hurts my heart. I love him so much. I need a giant Seiya cardboard cutout. I need him all over the place. I need a little like squishy plushie so I can just squeeze it and take a little bite out. I don't want to bite it. Like, this man makes me unhinged. Not the first time this has happened, to be fair. I mean, listen, we always have love interests. I'm like, oh, I love this one, whatever. But, like, I think it's more fun for you guys when I am, like, seriously unhinged and I can't stop losing my fucking shit every time they show up. Sure, it means we spend 30 minutes just being like, giggling like an asshole. But, you know, you guys seem to enjoy that. Oh, it should be embarrassing. My grown-ass self being like, look at that precious, but I don't even give a fuck. No fucks given, whatever. Nobody in real life's gonna make me feel this stupid, so. And I don't mean stupid and like, oh, I feel dumb. I mean, like, I feel stupid. Like, I'm stupidly in love, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't even care. Like, he just makes me giggle, and I love it. And my face hurts because look at him. Just look at him. He's so fucking precious. And you know, it's funny because he starts off when you see the art. You know, my first impression was like, this sexy motherfucker. He is gorgeous and beautiful. And he really is. But then you see like this and now you know what a squishy little gumdrop he is. And you're like, you know, you're sexy and beautiful and adorable. And it just like, you know. It's a wholesome kind of vibe, you know, instead of like, God damn, you're hot. Yeah. You know, it's not that. It's like, oh, he makes me want to put on a floofy dress and go prancing through a fucking field of daisies or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of like Hallmark movie bullshit where you're like, this is so stupid. But it's kind of like, you know, where it's like just ridiculously, he just makes me feel ridiculously dumb. And I love every second of it. God damn. Why are you not real? Anyway. I don't even want to leave this. I just want to stare. I need this to just, I'm just gonna, I might have to replace my screensaver on my phone. Oh, poor Dazai and Shuya. They've been there for fucking forever, for years, and I might have to upgrade. I'm just saying. How do you feel now that you're awake? You look the same as before. His fingers softly sifted through my hair. The tenderness of his touch eased my troubled heart. Oh my God, it's making mine forget how to beat. Though your face looks a little flushed, I suppose that's a good sign. His gentle smile made my heart skip. I know. Just the thought is doing it to mine. That's because of you, Saya. Is something wrong? No. Thank you for staying by my side all this time. I should be thanking you. You're endlessly fascinating to watch. Huh? You were watching me the whole time? Yes. I could gaze upon your lovely face forever. I'm so captivated by you. And then you say ridiculous shit like this, which should be eye-rolling and cringy. You know what I mean? Like, if someone said this to you, you're like, okay, anyway. But, like, it's Saya, so it's like, you're ridiculous. Stop it, but don't. Keep going. And my face hurts. And you know when they blush at everything, and I make fun of main characters because they're like, he looked at me and I blushed. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. You know, times like this is like, no, but see, I get this. Because he says ridiculous things that are just ridiculous. I don't know. Listen, I don't know words anymore. He makes me stupid. And like, I just keep cracking up because I can't believe how stupid this man makes me. And it's like, I'm astounded. Like, okay, just, I can't word. I don't. I am so dumb. Oh, dear God. You always say things like that. I wish you wouldn't tease me so much. Oh, he ain't teasing. I knew he was probably serious, but I had to brush it off as a joke or my heart wouldn't be able to handle it. I can't just let you brush that off. If you think I'm just toying with you, you're wrong. I am truly, genuinely, completely, utterly smitten with you. And the fact... Stop it. Okay, I get it. Please just stop. This is the time where you should be embarrassed, and I'm 100% not embarrassed, like, oh my God, but like, oh my God, you're making me blush, and I feel like it's not so much embarrassed as like, oh my God, stop it. It's embarrassed, but not embarrassed, you know what I mean? It's a different type of embarrassed. It's like, oh my God, you're embarrassing me, stop it, but keep going. It's the kind you like, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes in games, they're like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, and it's like, I don't know, maybe I always just read it wrong. But it's also usually 10 years later, and it's like, he put his hand on your shoulder, and you're like, oh my God! And it's like, no, but when they say shit like this, I absolutely understand it. Because, like, you know, men don't usually vocalize this kind of crazy. God damn. Well, when they do, they're usually creepy about it. You know. Something about Saya saying it is like, wholesome and amazing, and I love you. And you're ridiculous. God, he's ridiculous. My cheeks were burning up, and I felt my heart thumping loudly in my ears. All I could think to do was avert my eyes from his gaze. I know. I feel the same way. I'm not gonna lie. Because every time I look at him, I just want to giggle and blush a little. Like, look at him. Look at the way he's looking at us. Oh my God, he's so ridiculously beautiful. And every once in a while, I was like, no, I have to look away. I have to look away from your sprite, or I'm just gonna stay here fawning over you, and we're never gonna get through. Which is fine. Everybody else might be like, this part's drag on. No. You better be here for the fawning and the ridiculousness, because I need to drag this out as much as possible. I don't ever want to leave this man. No, I won't stop. Just give in. God damn, I wish I could. Huh. He's being more persistent than usual. I gotta find a way to change the topic. If Minami hurts him, I will never forgive him. Based on your expression, it doesn't seem like Minami gave you too much trouble. How did it go with him? The sudden mention of Minami's name shook me as I remembered the events of the nightmare and his ominous words. About that, there's something we need to discuss. After sharing the details of the dream, Saya stood, arms crossed, deep in thought. And the fact that he said he'd be staying away from your dreams for a while is troubling. It seemed like he was plotting something. Like he had something in mind already. I like the fact that, she's not being like, well, that's good, right? He's going to be away. And like in Delusion Land, she's like, yeah, it's concerning. He's plotting some shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there are some main characters who would be like, yeah, but he's going to stay away, right? And it's like, you're a little too wholesome. Stop it. Like, it's okay to be like sweet and like goody two shoes, but not be stupid. But sometimes they make him a little too goody two shoes, and that kind of borders on stupid. Where in this scenario, she'd be like, yeah, but that's good, right? And he'd be like, he's plotting something. Yeah, but I'm sure it'll be okay. And so she's like, yeah, he's plotting some shit, and I'm concerned. Which is valid and true and real, and like, this is the way a normal person would act. So, good for her. I don't think she's ever really given me anything to complain about, like, main character wise. I think there are times she's done things, she's like, girl, that's so dumb, what are you doing? But it's like a passing thing, like, kind of one of those, like, yeah, we all do stupid things where sometimes you're like, girl, why are you being dumb? Okay, but it's never like, oh my god, why is she so fucking stupid? No, stop it. Like, you know what I mean? She's a pretty good main character. Like, anyway. Did I read that whole line? Anyway, it seems like he was plotting something, like he had something in mind already. Okay. While it was a relief to know Minami wouldn't visit my dreams, the fact that I didn't know what he was up to made me feel even more anxious. See, she's smart. I need to be strong. I tried to calm my shaking hands by clenching them firmly together. Spacey, that's not good. Saya took my hand, gripping my hands more firmly than he usually did. My sole duty is to calm this trembling and heal your heart. Would you deprive me of that duty? God, no. You can do anything you want. Okay, Jesus Christ. Hold on. I can't reach my phone to turn it off from ringing. No idea who that was. But, ignoring. Anyway. His serious words made me burst into a soft chuckle. When did that get decided? When I decided to take that role, of course. Got it. I understand. In that case, I appreciate your help. Saya's natural care and effort to comfort me brought a smile to my face. His laugh made my heart feel lighter, helping me to find moments of joy even in this dark place. I'm so grateful Saya's here with me. I'm so grateful this man exists. But at the same time, I was painfully aware of how temporary this situation was. Not necessarily! That's probably why I struggled to fully embrace the budding feelings I had for him. Regarding Minami's scheme, my guess is that it involves that something precious to you that he mentioned. He's probably planning to trade your soul for it. I think you're right. Any idea what that might be? It's you. There are many things that are important to me. Well, I mean, okay. It could be anything. It could be my family. It could be my mom, my sister, or Sayaka. Okay? Could be one of them. It could be Saya. But with Minami, it's kind of like, how would he... Although right now, see, the thing is, he's like, oh, you're thinking of him and I hate it. He's like, you know what? I'm going to fuck shit up. So, like, yeah, he could go hurt someone in our family, but right now the prominent figure in our heart is Saya. So, but it still could be someone in our family. But I don't know if we try to go save someone in our I feel like they'd probably lean and have him try to do something to Saya, you know what I mean? So, like, because that would be, like, bad ending-wise, you know what I mean? You could see, like, I trade my soul and have a bad ending with Minami and poor Saya's all left alone and, like, whatever, or he dies at Minami's hands or something, especially because Minami hates him so much. And, like, if you hurt someone in my family to trade my soul, I'm still going to be thinking of Saya, you know what I mean? What's the best way to break me right now? Hurt my precious Hell Guardian boyfriend, so. Something Minami could get me to trade my soul for. In hell? Probably nothing, glanced at Saya. Obviously it's Saya. In hell? Nothing. That is so awful! That's the worst thing ever! Don't ever say that. Oh, stop it! Stop it! Oh, I don't even like that we have to make a save file here. I don't like this at all. I do not like that is gonna probably be a choice. In hell? Probably nothing. Oh! Oh! No! No! How? I don't even like that. First of all, I don't like that it's even an option. To hell with you, option. How dare you? I hate even more that there's a save point there that means that we are going to choose, in hell, probably nothing, at some point to get an ending. Oh! Oh! That hurts so bad. How could we do that? I don't even want to go down whatever ending that is. It better be a bad one and not our, like, alternate. You know, there's, like, the godly ending and the heavenly ending. I don't know which path we're on because I told my kitten likes to flip-flop which ending you get first. Yeah, okay. I'm assuming we're heading toward the bestest ending if we glance at Seiya, but... Oh my god, save file 4. I'm scrolling up. I want to see what save file 4 is. That's the heavenly end. That's the heavenly end. That's the second best ending, as we say, probably nothing. Oh, no. No. Can I choose to not? Can I? I want to go back to a prior point and choose a different, like the last choice you saved me. Choose the other non-affection choice so I don't have to ever say in hell probably nothing to Seiya. I do not want to say that. I don't want to do it. That's going to kill me. It's killing me now thinking when we get there that I'm going to have to... I don't like it. I hate it. I want to cry just at the thought. No, no, no. How could you? How could you even put that as a choice? The choice should have been like, maybe my family? You know what I mean? Something precious. I quickly stole a glance at Seiya. What is it? No, just looking, that's all. But you seem quite flustered. Ah, could it be the precious thing to you is me? No, 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 of course not. That's impossible. Though it's true that Seiya is important to me. Ah, to be denied so vehemently, that was a bit, well, actually quite painful. Seeing Seiya look so dejected left me even more flustered. Okay, unless we say something like, yeah, and hell nothing, and then he says that, same thing, and then we get to the same point, but it's, okay, then I'll be okay with it. Because we're basically like, what? No, you're not precious to me. And he's like, ow. No, I mean, not exactly. I didn't mean to deny it like that. Denied, but not so strongly. Muttering this, Seiya's face suddenly lit up. Because, I mean, even though that's the right choice, it still hurt him a little, and I don't like that. I don't want to hurt this poor precious thing. I thought you were shy, but now I see. I feel like I'm starting to understand you better. No, it's not like that. From now on, no matter how much you deny it, I will always love you. What? Now, joking aside. So it was a joke? What's going on? I do love the fact that he fucks with us a little bit, because he's like, I absolutely adore you. You're the most precious thing in the world to me, and I love you endlessly. Huh? Anyway, joking aside, and you're like, I don't think he's joking, though. I don't think he's joking at all. This thing that's most precious to you, it probably resides in the world of the living, yes? You mean for my real life? I'd assumed it would be something in hell. Oh, I thought you realized from our talks thus far. Bless you. Are you okay? Did I hit the sneeze button? I was just patting you, rubbing your little cheeky, and you just sneezed crazy, okay? You alright? Poor birdie. You need to put the sneeze. You okay? Breathing problems? I'm worried about you. Oh, poor birdie. Manami can take on a human form. He can easily mingle with humans in the living world and cause them harm. What? Seriously? But Seiya did mention before that Manami could be quite difficult to find. So I should think about something from the real world. But even so, it's hard to pinpoint something precious to me. That could be so many things. It's going to be someone. I mean, I can think of a lot of things that matter to me, but nothing I would trade my soul for. Even if I had all the money in the world, it wouldn't be worth more than my soul, right? I see. You're still not quite getting it. You're thinking of physical things. What do you mean? What if I were to ask you not what you might trade your soul for, but who? I felt as though a bucket of cold water had been poured over my head. The strength drained from my body and my legs began to wobble. Precious people? Could it be my mom or my sister? Or maybe even Sayaka? But that... I mean, I know Minami could be wicked, but do you really think he's capable of doing something like that? I knew Minami could be cruel, and though we hadn't known each other for long, I felt as though I knew him a little. Here's the thing, like him doing devious things and trying to get my soul and whatever, it's like, okay, cool, you're being a shady little bastard, you're an evil little gremlin, and I'm okay with it. But like, if you in this route try to hurt someone close to me, I'm not sure that that's really going to endear me to you when I go down your route and be like, I'm still going to be like, no, but you're kind of a douche. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it fits in the character with him, though. So, like, can we really? I don't know. But I'm like, I guess part of me is like, but I want, even though you're going to be you're a shady, evil bastard, making you do something like this, even in Seiya's route, is going to make it harder to go down your own route, you know, and be like, yeah, okay. Because it's not like, oh, Reika tried to stab me and she was evil and a bastard and now we're besties with her. I'd be like, no, fuck this bitch. She was always a shady bitch, you know what I mean? But, and Minami's always been an asshole, but I feel like it's going to be harder if he kills someone close to me or tries to possess them or do something, and then I'm going to go down his route and be like, I remember what you did to my best friend. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I mean, then again, we've played other games where we've had trash hurt our, so I don't know. And it does fit his character. I'm feeling a little, like, questionable about it. I mean, I get why they would do it. Absolutely, it fits well within his character. It's not that I'm questioning how I'm gonna not be like, fuck this twat! But then again, how many games have we played before where there's somebody who does something awful to one of our other love interests and you're like, whatever, it's fine. Like, look at Pio Fiore, right? Everyone was doing horrible shit to everyone else. They were all trashing away. And you were like, it's fine, Mafia, whatever. You know? But there's other characters though that I'm like, no, fuck you. You did one bad thing and I hate you for the rest of the game and I'll never forgive you, you know? So like, I guess it really just depends. Because I'm not 100% sold on him. I do think he's going to be interesting. And I was kind of getting sold on him before, but now if you're going to go hurt someone, now I'm back to like, I don't know if I'm sold on you now, you know? Like, if it were Seiya doing it, I'd absolutely excuse it and be okay. But it doesn't fit his character. But, maybe we'll see what happens. Anyway. And though we hadn't known each other for long, I felt as though I knew him a little. The thought of him taking hostages, it was hard to picture him doing something like that. I think it best you forget the Minami you've known up to now. After all, didn't he mention he was tired of playing? He was merely toying with you before. He'll be approaching you as a true demon from now on. Do you understand? He's a demon who's been after your soul for years. And that is true, because what we know of him so far is like, yeah, I'm messing with you, and you're kind of fun to talk to, and like, yeah, I kind of want you to stay here so I can hang out with you more, which is kind of, like, he even said in some of his perspectives, what the hell's happening to me? Like, you get the vibe that it's very uncommon for him to be like that. So now, if you went down his route, yeah, he probably would never take anyone hostage because, like, hey, you're paying attention to him, whatever. But now we're like, yeah, whatever. I've got Seiya, and you're kind of falling for Seiya. That's like, whoa, whatever that little, like, this girl's kind of fun to talk to, and like, maybe I'm interested in more than just her soul. And then we're like, Seiya's my boyfriend, and I love him. He's like, fuck this shit. Gonna light everything on fire. He's gonna go full incel now. You know what I mean? So like. All right. So, okay, makes sense. Yeah, but it seems you don't fully understand what demons are. And I know that, according to the guide, like, say it like Minami has a little more spoilers, so it was recommended, but I almost feel like personally maybe it would have been better to do Minami first, you know? Because then you see the good side of him, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. You get a romance with him. And then when you go down here and he starts being a shady bastard, you're like, whatever. We saw the good side of him. You know what I mean? Or the acceptable side of him, I guess. I don't know if there's a good side. But like now, this could almost spoil your feelings on him. But then again, they did that too in Koyo's route. Well, that's true. In Koyo's route, they had him like trying to get you, and he was kind of the antagonist and whatever. So I kind of had that same vibe when we started the common route for this section, being like, oh, but like you're not even like as playing the game that Minami's a demon and whatever. But if you had never had that interaction in Koyo's route, you'd be like, oh, maybe he's okay. Like that whole him being like, oh my god, I'm innocent and sweet. You'd be like, I'm sure he's playing with us, but like maybe he's not totally evil or whatever. But you kind of already saw he was, so you knew what you're like, he's definitely fucking with us. There's not a single shred of this that's honest. Right? So, but yet as we got down and we went and talked to him a little more, you're like, he is like a crazy fucking douche gremlin, but like is also kind of fun. So like, all right, okay, all right, I'm vibing. So now they're gonna go and be like, no, he's a complete and utter douche. Complete dumpster fire. You know? And then you're gonna go back. So, I mean, to be fair, they've kind of been doing that with him the whole game. So, all right, all right, all right. We'll keep our mind open, because he had moments earlier in the common route where you're like, hey, you know, I might not hate this. So, I'm gonna hate whatever he's gonna do here, but we've pushed him into his villain origin story. He was already a villain, but now he's, you know, this is why he's gonna take over Gotham now. So, anyway. Seiya sighed heavily as if he was a teacher reprimanding a poor student. He can't be turned. He'll never be good. And right there, you just said the magic words that's going to make everybody go, nah, I can fix him. And we will in his route. Sorta, maybe. There's no such thing as a benevolent demon. Such a contradictory thing cannot exist. His words were enough to convince me. Then Minami... Seiya nodded. He will do whatever it takes to get to you. He's right. As I mentally accepted the true danger I was in, I thought I heard Minami laugh menacingly somewhere in my mind. I was like, don't be the next chapter. Okay, good. Seiya's perspective. Ugh. Listening to Spacey Ishiki's dream, I did my best to keep my composure on the outside, but inside I was deeply unsettled. I hadn't anticipated Minami would go to such extremes. Yet as long as that entity within him remained, he shouldn't be capable of such extreme acts. Entity within him. Interesting. You know something else about him we don't. As something changed within Minami. Then I felt our intertwined hands squeeze together. With a start, I glanced at her. She was gazing up at me with a worried look in her eyes. I did my best to conjure a smile to reassure her. I'm sorry. I was just lost in thought. She seemed about to speak, then quickly closed her mouth. I wonder what she wanted to say. Allow me to calm your nerves, Seiya. Her expression so clear, so vividly betraying her emotions. She can read me like a book. Realizing she noticed my concealed worry, a mix of joy and unease filled me. It had been ages since anyone cared about me like this. And then let's support each other. We'll keep the warmth in each other's hearts. As I spoke, she shyly looked away, her cheeks blushing. Ah, such a sweet, endearing reaction. I felt a gnawing desire to know more of her, but we were destined to part. Clinging too closely to her, it would only put her life in greater danger. The thought alone filled me with fear, a sign of just how deeply she'd captivated me. Okay, I really want one of his endings to be we get to be together. No! You can't do this. I don't want to be in chapter 8. I don't want his route to end, and you keep rushing me through it, game. Okay, I really want one ending to be we die and we stay here with him, because that's like perfect. That's my happy ending. And like, I'm okay if the other one is like we go back and then when we die, we end up in hell and we're like, hey, say it's been a long time. And we get to be with him again. That's what I want to see. Okay? None of this like they fucking did to Hibiki where you're like, he kind of crosses over, but he gets to see us and is like, hey, happy graduation. Peace out. Won't ever talk to you again. None of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. That was miserable. That's not a good ending. That sucks. None of that bullshit. I actually feel like Hibiki got the shortest end of the stick in the ending so far because of that. Because, like, the other one, we didn't really get to be with him. I mean, I guess it was acceptable because we could pop in the mirror and still touch him in the mirror world. So that was cool. Sorta. Like, Kureha, at least, I know most people aren't thinking dying is a good ending, but that's fine for me. You set me up with dead ghost boyfriends. Toad's fine with not coming back at all, okay? Like, listen. Listen! Don't threaten me with a good time, okay? So, like, that was good, and then it was not as great being able to see Kureha but not ever touch him, but we could see and talk to him at least. That was acceptable. That was still better than Hibiki's crossing over and we only saw him that one time in the mirror on the day of our graduation and we were never going to see him again until we died. That was the worst ending ever. Okay? Cleo really did get the best endings, but, And did we... And and that's true. And one of Seina's we died and got to stay with him. That was good. And then the other one, we could see him once a year or something. That also wasn't the best. But that still was a little bit better than Hibiki only seeing him that one time and never see. You know what I mean? That was still the worst out of the best endings. Like, They love Koyo though. You can tell he's their favorite. So, just saying. If Minami was targeting something precious to me, it had to be my family. I conveyed this to Seiya, and then there's something I need to ask. Can I use the elevator just once more? I realize Minami might be plotting something at that very moment. I want to check on my family in the real world. Seiya silenced me by gently pressing his index finger to my lips. Using the elevator in your condition is quite risky. But your physical strength has been greatly diminished. You must understand. All right, but... Perhaps sensing my reluctance, Seiya stood up with a wry smile on his face. For now, let's head to the HO. The purifying air of the Khalifa tree will do you good. Besides, there are some documents I'd like to look over. Seiya took out his smartphone and quickly swiped his finger across the screen. What are you doing? I'm submitting a request for leave. If I go to the HO without taking time off, I'll just get roped into doing some work. He's taking time off? For me? How sweet and romantic is that? He's taking time off work for us. I'm sorry. I really didn't want to interrupt your work like this. As Seiya draped a robe over me, he chuckled softly with a smile. When applying for leave, one has to state the reason. As he spoke, he showed me the screen of his phone. It was the leave request application. I can't wait to find out what he put. In response to the reason for leave question, he wrote, spending time with someone very important. I'm gonna cry. Stop it. I can't breathe. Oh, God. I am going to lose brain cells from this route. I am actually physically going to get dumber from the amount of times I have not been able to breathe and I have lost oxygen. Okay, my brain is like, we cannot lose any more oxygen or brain cells are going to start dying. Seiya is really absolutely going to make me forget math because my brain's going to shut down those brain cells, 100%. I know I joke about the fact that all the room in my mental man harem, that all it takes up in my brain, I start forgetting things, but I still know math. But I absolutely 100% believe by the end of this, I'm not going to know math anymore. I'll be lucky if I can spell my name, okay? This man makes me dumb. And I mean dumb in the giddy, like, oh my God, I feel stupid. And also because I can't breathe and the lack of oxygen is seriously going to impair my thinking. I just, like, you need to stop. Please don't. Please don't. It's okay. I'm going to forget how to breathe and I will just end up in hell with this man and I'll be fine. It's fine. What do you think? What a wonderful reason. Yes. God, yes. How could I not be touched by that? Kiss him. It'll be so hard when we have to part. Maybe we won't have to. I'm really hoping. Guided by Saya, we quickly left the house. In the living world, it's currently 1 p.m. That should give us enough time before Manami makes his move at night. Night? Does Manami only act at night in the living world? Have you forgotten? He's an incubus, a nightmare demon. Then Manami might be haunting my family's dreams? The thought of my mom or sister having to endure such a terrible dream caused my heart to ache with anxiety. It was unbearable. We need to stop Manami before nightfall. No, I don't think that's the wisest course of action. If we fail, then he'll definitely appear in your family's dreams. Saya's brow furrowed slightly. He must be trying to figure out how to fight Manami. Do you have a plan? Seeing Saya nod lightened my anxiety somewhat. Indeed, there's some material I want to check while at the HO. Once I do so, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Okay, got it. This is my problem, and it feels like Saya's doing everything. Yeah, but he's so wonderful and amazing, and he knows what he's doing, and we don't. It's my problem, but sometimes when you have problems, you need help, and you need an expert, and Saya is an expert on this demon, okay? He's not just protecting me, but my family, too. Is something on your mind? You keep staring at me like that, and my love for you might overflow. I'm gonna keep staring at you. I want your love to overflow and drown me. How should I say this to him? I paused, then, let's do this! Thank you so much. I think thank you, probably. Oh, wait. Nope, it's let's do this. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, Bird. I had to lean over to adjust. I had to get to... I'm sorry. I can't use my left hand because it's resting on my boob and the bird is like smooshed against my hand. He's snuggling. So I have to reach over. But when me leaning a little, he was like, I'm slightly disrupted in my angle of sleeping. I'm very sorry. I had to move. I'm very sorry. I was going to pet you and now you're being bitey. Oh, now you're mean. That's just mean, boy. He's grumpy. Just grumpy brat. You're a grumpy brat. I know. You're grumpy because it's a rainy day. I know. You're so cute. Don't you bite the headset. Don't you look at that microphone and bite it. You can talk to the peoples, but you can't bite the microphone. They want to hear you chirping. You're going to be quiet. You only make noise when I talk. You only try to talk over me. It's rude. Knowing that if I thanked him, Saya would just dismiss it casually. So instead, Saya, please allow me to express my gratitude. And ask for your help one more time. I can't just rely on him either. I have to do my part too. I felt Saya's hand rest gently on my shoulder. Looking up, I saw his gentle smile. I suppose this really might be the last time you ask me for help like this. If this battle with Manami was the trial given to me by that god, as Saya suspected, then this really might be the end. Then a fleeting thought crossed my mind. We may have to part far sooner than I thought. You seem upset. Dreading our farewell, perhaps? I could tell by the tone of his voice that he was trying to lighten the mood by teasing me again, but... Yes. I like the fact that she... What? No! I like she's not doing that. I like she's like, yes. She's just straight up being honest. Oh. I do want to go back, but I'm also sad about leaving you, Saya. The words flowed out naturally without even the hint of pretense. I knew I shouldn't say such things, but I couldn't help myself. Eventually, everything here will be just a fading memory. Saya looked away, not wanting to make eyes with me as he spoke. After passing through a narrow alley, we emerged into a bustling main street. There were beings resembling humans and others with horns or large fangs of various shapes and sizes. When I first arrived in hell, I was terrified of all these creatures, but now I seem to have gotten used to it. Though I guess that's a bit scary in itself. Spacey. Saya smoothly extended his arm toward me. How about we take a little detour on our way to the HO? He spoke with a welcoming smile. Yeah, that sounds great. I linked my arm with his without a second thought. CG. Yay! Look, she looks like happy and he looks so happy and this is like a beautiful little date, CG. It's so precious. He's so adorable. Look at his sweet little happy face. I love it. Anytime this man's on screen, I love it. So, like, let's be real. I'm just so happy. Me too! Right here, this is perfect. This is how I feel right now. I'm just so happy. Despite all the terrifying experiences since coming here, Saya had always been a source of comfort for me. I haven't felt this happy in a long time. And, like, look, our arms, like, wrapped around it. Oh. And, it, like, she's, like, gripping his arm and his hand's on her hand. It's so cute. Stop it. Oh. Oh, brain cells are gonna die. Can't breathe. I looked up at Saya with a wide smile and saw him smiling back at me just as warmly. Maybe it's because I'm used to seeing you look worried, but seeing your smile like this really brightens up my spirits. I wish we had done this earlier. I feel the same. You wanted to spend time with me like this too. Only now, well, I mean, it's because of all that's happened that I feel this way about you. If you have any affection for me as something more than just a friend, could we consider this time together a date? His eyes flickered slightly. Always so steady and self-assured, he seemed somehow different. Because now he's like, can we have a date? And then he's like, he may be teasing us, but like, he just wants us to love him. He's so adorable. I began to realize how deeply he genuinely cared for me, and it made my heart beat quickly. It makes mine stop beating. Of course. I whispered quietly and sneaked a glance at him. His expression was filled with surprise. I think it's so funny because he says all these little, like, he throws all these little love bombs at us and he, like, flirts so fucking hard and he's, like, you know, just so lovelorn and whatever. And then when we're like, yeah. And he's like, wait, what? Like, he doesn't expect, he expects us to be like, yeah, okay, no. Or denying it even though, like, and then he's like, oh, you're denying it so hard. You must really like me. And then it's like, I seriously think that, like, deep down, even though we're denying it because we're embarrassed. We're like, yeah, no, what? I didn't mean it that way, because we haven't quite come to terms with being able to admit our feelings to him. Then he's like, oh, ha ha ha, you must really like me. It's like he knows, but also he doesn't believe it. You know what I mean? So when we're straightforward and like, yeah, this is date, and he's like, wait, what? Really? Oh dear. You know? Like, it's so fucking cute. It's so cute. He's so awkward. And yet, he's not. You know what I mean? He's, like, absolutely not. He's very straightforward with his flirting and love bombing and everything. But, like, he's very awkward when you're straight up honest and like, yeah, no, I love you. And he's like, huh? Wait, what? And then he gets a little flustered and awkward, and it's so fucking cute. Because they kind of both do it to each other, you know? He's over there like, oh, I'm utterly enamored with you. And you're like, could you stop? It's awkward. And he's like, haha, just kidding. And he's like, all right, I'm going to stop teasing you or whatever. And then, like, when you're like, yeah, you're awesome. He's like, wait, what? Like, oh, it's just kind of cute. Oh, he's so adorable. I want to ruffle his hair. And I just want to hug him so hard. Anyway, his expression was filled with surprise. Oh, dear. This is serious. Saya, flustered, pulled my hood down deeply over my face. Keep your hood low. That adorable blushing face of yours. That should be for my eyes only. And never show that face to anyone else. And never let your eyes stray to others. Understood? Oh, look at you getting a little possessive. Yes? And just now, you acknowledged seeing me as a man. That's nothing short of a miracle for me. Oh, when you say it like that... I lowered my face, flushed with embarrassment. We can't let outsiders disturb our little miracle, so keep your hood down. Got it? Our miracle? But with my hood like this, I can only see the ground. How am I supposed to enjoy our date like this? How am I supposed to stare at your beautiful face like this? She didn't say it, but I'm adding it. Saya then reluctantly lifted my hood slightly. Ugh, I want to enjoy our first date together, and yet I can't stop worrying. That's so typical for you, Saya. I just don't want anyone else to see your smile. Oh, come on, don't sigh so much. Do you want to ruin our date? Then Saya reached out his arm to me again, and I nestled closer to him, my arm with his. And then we're back to our CG. I love it. Strolling arm in arm down the street. The hellish landscape seemed oddly appealing. I got a glimpse inside a shop through its open door. That's one huge parfait! Inside I saw a Denzian of hell salivating over a giant parfait. It looked so delicious. So, there are parfaits in hell too? Saya, hearing my comment, peered in the direction I was looking. Not just parfaits. We have all kinds of food here, from everyday meals like in the living world to unimaginable delicacies. The dead don't need food to live, but some seem to enjoy gorging themselves like that. See? Hell sounds even better! We're not like I'm dead and I can't enjoy a parfait. Yes, I fucking can! And I get my beautiful hell boyfriend! This is perfect! I'ma stay here! I see. I closed my eyes and instantly thought of the parfaits from my favorite cafe back home. Cream, ice cream, fruits, and a little mix of everything. It was always so hard to figure out where to start. I swear I'll never get tired of that shop's parfaits. They really might be one of my favorite things. Are you feeling hungry? His question caught me off guard. I recalled being warned the feeling of hunger was a dangerous sign in hell. I wouldn't really call it hunger, but it's not that I'm hungry, more like I'm just craving a parfait. It's a simple pleasure, but I just love eating sweets. It's one of my favorite things. Saying this, I noticed Saya's face relax. He must have been concerned I was getting hungry. I am. My stomach is growling now, but it's lunchtime, that's why. So, you've got a sweet tooth, huh? Indeed, for parfaits in particular. Saya slowly lifted his gaze. Mine's cookies. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love like cheesecake and like muffins and like all sorts of things, but like cookies are always the best. Bun cakes, those are good too. Okay, yeah, sweet tooth, I suppose. But I need a balance. So when I'm like craving like sugary thing, like, oh, I'm just gonna eat some cookies, like afterward you're like, I need to like eat something salty afterward, because like to balance out the sugar. So I can't just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have ice cream and then be like, cool, I had ice cream. It's like, now sugar overdose. Need salt. You know what I mean? It's like, it's never just sugar is perfectly fine. Like, there always has to be a balance. Saya slowly lifted his gaze. His gaze seemed not to be fixed on the red sky above, but on some distant, otherworldly place, one even far removed from this realm. If things were different, I'd treat you to an even more delicious parfait than the one in that shop. Somewhere that wasn't here. For example, go ahead, order whatever you fancy. Please, eat as much as you like. Oh, Saya, you really do understand me. Naturally. There are few in the world who truly know you, and none better than I. That's certainly true, and I'm grateful for it. Nobody understands me like you do. But if I eat too much... Worrying about your figure, are you? How adorable. No matter how you look, my affection for you is unwavering. Then okay, right there! This bitch already had all the fucking crowns and you got another one. Alright? You're gonna be ranked up there with Noritsune for, like, best fucking queen MVP love interest, okay? I don't think anyone could ever knock Noritsune off the throne for being queen MVP, because, like, listen. But theoretically, that's the idea. You know what I mean? The way he was. I don't give a fuck who, what you are. I respect you as whatever. That's it. We're in love now. You know what I mean? Just mad respect regardless. Like, and I know most love interests are like, you know, they love you regardless, but they don't say it straight out. They never come out, and they also never do this, where they're like, girl, I don't care if you gain 400 fucking pounds. You're the shit. You're the best. I'm gonna love you even harder, honey. Like, you know what I mean? That's all we want. It's very easy to gain 10 pounds. You know, it's not as easy to lose it. Just saying. Just want a man who's like, I don't give a shit. Because, like, listen, we love you when you get a dad bod, right? You don't have rock hard abs. We're still like, whatever. We don't care. You know? But, like, men are usually, like, not like that. So, like, when they specifically, like, we know all of our love interests are like this. You know, theoretically, all of your love interests are the perfect, like, examples of, okay, Bird, hold on, he's getting fidgety. So while we're having this conversation, let's go give him a little break. And I drop my thing. You know what I mean? They're always the perfect, you know, in theory, they're thinking the same thing. And you know, if thrown in the situation, every fucking Otome love interest, majority of them. Okay, you know, there's some trash ones that would probably, thinking of Yang, would probably be like, nuh-uh. I'll lock you in a cage and you're not allowed to eat for a week. You know what I mean? There might be some that are trash and would give a fuck, but most of them wouldn't. You know, that's how they're written. They're meant to be like perfect fucking little dreamboats with nary a fucking issue. And even when they're issues, we're like, we can fix them, and we absolutely can. And that's so unrealistic, okay? Like, they have no flaws. Their flaws are totally fixable. People's flaws aren't fixable. Come on. Right? We know they ain't real. We know they have fantasy, but they just don't ever specifically come out and say it is what I'm getting at, you know? You know deep down inside your favorite love interest is probably in your head, you're like, yeah, they would love me no matter what. Absolutely. Totally valid. They don't come out and say it, though. Not like this. Like, go ahead, girl. Eat all those parfaits. Get some junk in your trunk. Doesn't matter. You know? And if you're like, no, I now have a flat ass because I was on a diet, they'd be like, I don't care. I like pancakes. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it should be. You should love whoever you're with, regardless of whether they have a muffin shop and they're dragging a muffin shop behind them or they got pancake ass, okay? You should just love it either way, you know? But anyway, I just say it gets extra points for saying it straight up and not giving any fucks. That's why he's perfect. Oh, Saya, I love you so much. Well, then how about 10 parfaits? I love that this is in his fantasy. 20. Order as many as you like. This is the perfect man. Don't feed me. Be like, listen, if you like, you know, but like, don't force me to eat food because like don't have any willpower. So maybe don't allow me to eat 20. But I love the fact that some days when I just feel lazy and I just want to eat cookies and I don't give a flying fuck if my pants don't fit, that you are like, it's all right. We'll get you stretchy sweatpants. Like, yes, thank you. I'll take 50. This is slightly disturbing, though, in his head. He's like, yeah, no, you know what? Let's get 100. You're a feeder. Stop that. Like, he will just indulge you in whatever it is that makes you happy. And, like, this should be slightly problematic, but it's endearing and adorable because he's like, what makes you happy? Okay. Me, I'd be like, say, I love having a mental man harem of all my 2D boyfriends, and he would buy me every fucking Otome game. And since he can speak Japanese and I can't, he would read them to me. He would sit there with me and read them out loud to me. And like, and he would just indulge every fucking, and you know what? I want this so fucking much. I need to live in Delulu land right now with everything going on. And now and forever, I want to live in Delulu land with this man, just indulging my every whim because he loves me so much. And it wouldn't be like, which could be dangerous because you could easily take advantage of someone like this. But there's no way I would. I would just fawn over him and indulge him just as much and tell him how much I goddamn adore him and he is precious and wonderful and beautiful and perfect. And I would die without him, but I'd already be dead because I'd be in hell. But like, you know, I would disappear into the ether and cease to exist if it wasn't for you. You know, shit like that. Oh, hell. Again, we're going to give everybody diabetes that sees us because we're going to be sickeningly sweet. And I'm okay with it, and I want it so fucking much. Well, something like that. Parfait is more than enough. I love his adorable little fantasy, though. I love his delusional little fantasy. It's cute as fuck. And everything else about that scene is just too weird. You don't get me at all. No, he does. He gets me 100%. You're beautiful even when you're angry. But fear not. This is all just in my imagination. Oh, she's sighing. Saya, I do wish you'd tone down your fantasies a bit. No, amp them up. Girl, I'm gonna need to shove her out of this game. Get the fuck out of this game. I'm taking over. Don't. He's perfect. Don't you try to change him. He was, of course, free to think whatever he wanted, but I didn't want his dreams of me getting too wild. I do. I want to make those wild dreams a reality. Goddamn, I love him so much. Oh, we're in his perspective now, but the part's over and I'm starving to death. So we're going to end and we're not going to go too much overtime right now because, like, we're basically at time. And we went over for the last two parts. So anyway, I'm going to go eat because, like, my stomach is over here, like, eating itself. And then it's like, then we're talking about parfaits and he's talking about feeding me and my stomach's like, bitch, food. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.